Sir Handel was on quarry duties for the day. Needless to say, he wasn't thrilled about it.
Shut up and get in line! I've no time for your...
Falcon, what have I told you about bumping trucks?
Not to bump them unless they misbehave. And I'd hate to be rude, Grandpuff, but it's Sir Handel to you. We're not on our old line anymore, so you'd do well to address me by my new name and my title.
You would do well to treat trucks better. For an engine with such an important name, you sure aren't living up to it.
You heard it, Falcon.
You're pushing your luck.
Skarloey was sizzling happily at the top station when...
Whoa! What are you doing?
Correct me if I'm wrong, Sir Handel, but I believe those trucks go in one of the sidings, not in the middle of the line.
Oh, as if making me work in the quarry wasn't a big enough April Fool's joke.
Alright, what did you do this time?
What did I do? It was these stupid trucks! I don't know where Grandpuff gets off calling me Falcon still. When will he realize that I don't go by that name anymore?
Probably when your attitude towards trucks improves. They are just as vital as coaches and must be treated right.
Are you insinuating that Falcon's the only name I'm good for?
Oh, I wouldn't say that. More like, I don't know, scramble.
Really? Do I look like a plate of eggs to you?
No, but it does remind me of an engine whom Grandpuff told me used to work on your old railway. Sir Mudge, he was first called.
You mean Smudger?
No, I mean Sir Mudge. He was the first on the line.
I thought Duke was the first.
Well, this would have been before it became the Mid-Sodo. Sir Mudge was named after the landowner, which made him proud and lordly. Perhaps a tad too much so. He hauled trucks from the mine and took them down to the harbour. He didn't like it much. He wanted to pull coaches instead. But the manager always said, "No, you ride too roughly to handle passengers, so you shall stay on goods." Sir Mudge was cross, and in retaliation, threw his soot and ashes at him. This happened a lot. Usually if he didn't get his way or for work he made fun of him. But his manager wasn't wrong about his rough riding. His short wheelbase was the problem. He had a brother named Jennings, who worked on the same line. He didn't have an important name like his twin, but he was far more humble, and careful too.
Sounds more like someone else we both know.
True, I suppose. But as I was saying, Jennings loved teasing Sir Mudge about his sputtering, and his name too. "With all those ashes you blow everywhere, I'm not so sure Sir suits you," he would say. "Pooh!" scoffed Sir Mudge. "You're just jealous because they gave you an ordinary name. Such a pity." "Not really," replied Jennings. "At least I don't smudge up the place every time I don't get what I want. Perhaps you'd be better off as Smudge." "Now see here!" burst out Sir Mudge. Unfortunately, Sir Mudge remained stuck in his ways, ordering everyone about and blowing his soot whenever anyone addressed him as Smudge. But the nickname stuck, so much so that his manager had his nameplate changed to spite him.
News to me there even was a Sir Mudge. Duke certainly never told me about him.
That's probably because he never got a chance to meet him. You see, just as the mid-Sodor's construction was nearly finished, it happened. Smudge lost control of his trucks on the way to the harbour one day. How it happened, no one is certain. Perhaps his brakes had failed, or perhaps the trucks wanted payback for his rudeness that morning. Anyhow, he came off at the port. There were no cranes to lift him out. Alas, he was never seen again.
Well, I suppose you lot got me good. I'm glad you told me about, Smudge, Skarloey. I'd sure hate to end up like him.
Good. I'm glad we had this talk. Skarloey never told Sir Handel that he had made this story up. But to make sure he didn't go back on his newfound respect for trucks, I think it was for the best.